Hi, and welcome to English-Fabule. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
In 2024, a small country called Estonia did something amazing. It became the world's first fully digital government. This means people can do almost everything online, from getting important papers to voting. This achievement shows a new way for countries to work and succeed in a fast-changing world. It makes us ask a big question. What really makes a nation successful today? What helps a country do well in the 21st century? For a long time, people believed that a country's success came from having a lot of money, shown by its GDP, or from having a very strong military. They thought natural resources, like oil or gas, also made a nation powerful. These old ideas worked in past times. But now, in a world full of new technology and quick changes, these old ways of measuring success are not enough. A country can have a lot of money or a big army, but it might still struggle with new problems. The world is different now. We see new challenges like climate change, new technologies, and global problems that need new solutions. Because of this, what makes a country successful has changed. The nations that will do best in the coming years are not just the biggest or richest. Instead, they are the ones that can learn new things and change easily. They are also countries that stay strong when difficult times come. They know how to face problems and recover quickly. These new qualities, like being able to adapt and being resilient, are becoming the most important for a nation's future. We will look at what these new qualities mean and how some countries are already using them to build a better future for their people. 2. Old ways of thinking. For many years, countries measured success using three main things. These were how much money they made, gross domestic product, or GDP, their military spending, and their natural resources. These ways of thinking worked well when factories and heavy industries were key. A powerful army and rich land showed a nation's strength. But these old ideas were not always enough. Look at the Soviet Union. It had vast resources and a huge army, seeming very powerful. However, it failed. It could not keep up with new technology or change its rigid system. It did not meet its people's needs. Its old ways could not adapt to a world increasingly driven by information. Today's world is very different. Technology changes quickly, and machines do many jobs. Countries that rely on natural resources now face risks from changing prices and the shift to cleaner energy. Military power also cannot solve all new global threats like pandemics, cyber attacks, climate change, and money troubles. The COVID-19 pandemic showed this. Nations with strong economies and armies still struggled with sick people and broken supply chains. Meanwhile, smaller countries with good digital systems and social trust often handled the crisis better. So, old ways of measuring success are no longer enough. They do not predict which countries will truly thrive in the future. Today, nations need to change, innovate and solve new problems. A strong economy and military are still important, but new abilities are now more vital for a country's future. 3. New ideas for success. Successful countries in the future use 4 main ideas to become strong. These ideas are different from old ways of thinking. They help countries with new problems and fast changes. These are the new pillars for national success. The first idea is human capital. This means having smart and skilled people. It is not just about going to school. It also means knowing how to use computers, being able to learn new things, and solving problems in new ways. Countries like Iceland, Norway, and Switzerland invest a lot in their people's health, education, and quality of life. Estonia also shows this. It spent money on digital education and internet for schools. This helped its people learn important digital skills. The second idea is social cohesion. This means people trust their government and each other. There is little corruption, and people feel fairly treated. Countries in the Nordic region, like Denmark, have high trust. Their governments are seen as honest. When people trust their leaders and each other, it is easier to work together and solve problems quickly. If people do not trust their institutions, it can cause problems for the country. The third idea is innovation and adaptability. This means a country can make and use new ideas quickly. It also means the country can change and adjust when new problems or technologies appear. Singapore is a great example. It does not have many natural resources, but it is very good at using new ideas and changing fast. Estonia also shows this by changing its government services to be fully digital. This helped make things more efficient. The fourth idea is sustainability. This means taking care of the environment for people now and in the future. It is about using clean energy and finding ways to protect the earth. Countries that do this well can also grow their economies. Norway, for example, is a leader in electric cars and renewable energy, even though it has oil. Denmark is also good at using wind power. These countries show how caring for the planet can help a country succeed long term. 4. Two smart countries. Estonia is a great example of a country that uses new ideas well. It is a small country, but it has become a world leader in digital government. After becoming independent, Estonia chose to build its government using technology. They started a program called Tiger Leap in the 1990s. This program connected all schools to the Internet and taught everyone about digital skills. This early investment in human capital helped create smart and skilled people ready for the future. Today, people in Estonia can do almost anything online with their government. They can register a business, vote in elections, and even manage legal documents. This completely online system saves businesses a lot of money, about $132 million each year. Estonia also has an e-residency program. This lets people from other countries start businesses in Estonia online. This shows great innovation and adaptability as the country keeps finding new ways to use technology. Estonia's strong focus on cybersecurity also keeps its digital systems safe. This country shows how being smart with technology can make a nation strong and efficient. Another country showing new ways to succeed is Denmark. It is known for being sustainable and a happy place to live. Denmark ranks very high for how competitive its economy is, how happy its people are, and its good quality of life. These things show strong social cohesion. Denmark uses green energy to help its economy grow. More than 50% of its electricity comes from wind power. Danish companies are leaders in wind energy technology, selling it around the world. This focus on green energy helps with sustainability, protecting the environment for the future. The capital city, Copenhagen, wants to be carbon neutral by 2025. This goal pushes new ideas in city planning, transport, and building efficiency, showing great innovation. People in Denmark trust their government and each other a lot. This helps new plans work well. The country also has flexicurity, which means jobs are flexible, but people have strong social support if they lose work. This makes it easier for people to change jobs or industries. Denmark shows that protecting the environment and taking care of people can lead to a very successful and contented country. These two countries, Estonia and Denmark, are good examples of how nations can succeed in the modern world. They show that investing in smart people, human capital, building trust among citizens, social cohesion, creating new ideas, innovation and adaptability, and protecting the planet, sustainability, are key. Their stories prove that small countries can become powerful leaders by focusing on these new ideas for success. 5. Different kinds of growth. We have looked at countries that are doing well with new ideas. Now, let's see how other countries are growing. Their paths are different, and they face unique challenges. Consider Vietnam, a country in Asia that is growing very fast. For the last 10 years, its economy has grown by more than 6% each year. In 2024, it grew by 7.1%. A big reason for this is its young people. Vietnam has nearly 100 million people, and more than half of them are under 35 years old. This provides a strong workforce. Many big companies, like Samsung and Intel, have factories in Vietnam. This makes Vietnam an important part of making electronics for the whole world. But Vietnam faces challenges. Fast growth can cause problems, like dirty air in cities and polluted water. As workers earn more, Vietnam needs to move beyond simple manufacturing. It needs to create more advanced industries to avoid getting stuck as a middle-income country. Also, the government and legal systems need to grow stronger to support modern business and trust. Then there is Canada, a rich country with a lot of natural resources, like forests and minerals. It also has many educated people and a stable government. By these old measures, Canada should be very successful. However, Canada has a big problem with how much its workers produce. This is called productivity. From 1970 to 2022, Canada's worker output, compared to the United States, dropped a lot. The Bank of Canada has even called it a productivity emergency. Canada's many resources sometimes make it harder to find new ways to grow and improve. Most businesses in Canada are small, with fewer than 100 employees. These small companies often invest less in new technology or training. Also, a few big companies control important industries like banking, which can limit new ideas. Its large land and cold winters also add costs. So, while Canada has many good things, like strong, clean technology and an immigration system that brings in smart people, these advantages might not be enough. Canada must find ways to make its economy more productive for future success. Both Vietnam and Canada show that different countries have different paths to growth with their own strengths and difficulties. 6. Big problems for the world. The world faces big problems that can stop countries from growing. Understanding these global issues is very important for every nation. One major problem is climate change. This is a huge threat for the future, changing geography, economies, and lives. Many poor countries will suffer most. A list names 65 red zone nations, mostly poor countries in Africa and Asia that face high climate risks and have little money. Over 2 billion people live here. Their economies could fail, and mass migration may cause social unrest, as climate stress forces many to leave home. Wealthy countries are better prepared for climate change. 8 of the top 10 countries that can handle climate risks are rich nations, like Denmark, Estonia, and the United States. This difference means climate change will likely worsen global inequality. Climate problems can also disrupt global trade. The global move away from fossil fuels will also change economies. Oil and gas nations might lose money, while those with green energy could gain. Another big problem is changing populations. Some countries have many old people and others have many young people. This creates different challenges. Countries with many old people have fewer workers to support them. For example, South Korea has very few babies. By 2072, it will have far fewer workers and many more retired people. This could slow its economy, strain pensions, and hinder new ideas. Germany, Japan, and Italy face similar issues. Many developing countries, conversely, have many young people. In some places, over 40% of the population is under 15. These nations must create millions of jobs and build schools and infrastructure for their youth. If they do this well, their economy can grow fast. If not, it can lead to unemployment, political unrest, and large numbers of people leaving home. The Middle East and North Africa show how job shortages cause big problems and increase migration. These population shifts will lead to more people moving between countries. Nations with aging populations may need immigrants, while those with young populations may see many leaving. Managing these global movements will be a big task. 7. More dangers ahead. Chapter 7 talks about two more big problems that countries face. These are dangers that can stop nations from growing and becoming successful. The first danger comes from new technology, especially artificial intelligence or AI. AI can bring many good things, but it can also make the gap between rich and poor countries bigger. Countries that are already rich have better tools, more money, and stronger internet to use AI. For example, the United States invested a lot more money into AI in 2023 than China did. This shows how some countries are much more ready for AI. Having internet is very important for AI. But in many poor countries, not many people have internet access. Also, in poor countries, internet can be very expensive. This makes it hard for them to use AI and benefit from it. AI will also change many jobs. Rich countries can help their workers learn new skills. But poor countries might lose jobs in factories or call centers. AI could make it cheaper for rich countries to make things at home, instead of in other countries. This means fewer jobs for developing nations. However, some smaller countries like Estonia are finding smart ways to use AI in their governments and services. They show that being small and smart can help. The second danger is about how countries work together, or rather, how they don't. Today, countries are trusting each other less. This makes it hard to solve big problems that affect everyone, like climate change or pandemics. We see more economic nationalism, where countries focus only on their own goods. There is also more competition, like between the United States and China. This competition is changing how things are made and traded. Companies might have to choose sides, making things less efficient. Trade wars are another part of this danger. For example, President Trump once talked about putting tariffs or extra taxes on goods from Canada. Such actions can hurt trade and make things hard for countries that rely on selling goods to others. Small countries that depend on world trade are very vulnerable to these problems. When countries do not cooperate, it becomes harder to fix global issues. But this situation can also create new chances for smaller countries to work together with their neighbors or find new friends. They can form groups to become stronger together. These dangers show that even if a country plans well, outside forces can still cause big trouble. 8. The end of the road. This book has shown us a big idea. The future is for countries that can change and learn quickly. Being a big country or having many natural resources is not the most important thing anymore. What truly matters is smart planning and having strong societies where people trust each other and their government. We have seen that qualities like good human capital, strong social connections, new ideas, and caring for the environment are key. We learned about countries like Estonia and Denmark. Estonia became the world's first fully digital government, showing how a small country can lead with technology and smart people. Denmark found a way to be very happy and green, using clean energy and caring for its people, proving the value of social cohesion and sustainability. These examples prove that clever thinking and quick action are more important than just being rich or having a large army. The world faces many big problems now. Climate change is a major threat that will affect global economies. Populations are changing, with some countries having too many old people and others too many young people, creating different challenges. New technology like artificial intelligence can make rich countries even richer and leave others behind if not managed well. Also, countries are trusting each other less, leading to trade problems and making it harder to solve global issues. The most successful nations will be those ready for surprises. They will learn from new situations and find new ways to grow. They will invest a lot in education and digital tools. They will build social trust and strong governments. They will accept new ideas and changes quickly because being flexible and adaptable is the best way to handle an uncertain future. They understand that problems can also be chances to become stronger. In the end, every country must make a clear choice. They can decide to change and adapt to the new world, to build new strengths that match modern challenges. Or they can stick to old ways, relying only on things like money or military power, and risk being left behind. The future belongs to those who are ready to move forward with new ideas and quick actions. What do you think is the most important change a country can make today to be successful tomorrow?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.